Hello, and welcome back to Speak English Daily.
Hi, everyone. We are very happy to see you here today.
Hello, everyone. This podcast will help you feel more confident and more natural when speaking English in real life.
And hello from me as well. I hope you're all having an excellent day wherever you are listening from.
Today is a fun one, and also a little painful because we're talking about awkward situations. And let's be honest, nobody escapes them, not even us.
Especially not us. I seem to collect awkward moments like some people collect stamps.
That is true. You're very dedicated. But awkward situations are also a huge part of daily English. And if we don't know what to say, our brains just stop working.
Yes, we freeze. Our mouth stops, our body stops, and we just stare.
Exactly. And a big reason that happens is because we don't have ready phrases to use. So today we're going to give you those phrases, and we're going to have some fun while doing it.
And before we get into the embarrassing stories, we have one small request.
If you enjoy this podcast, make sure to subscribe to Speak English Daily. It really helps us grow and lets us keep making episodes like this for you.
And click the like button, share it with a friend, maybe send it to someone who also gets stuck in uncomfortable conversations.
Yes, spread the awkwardness.
Or spread the solutions to the awkwardness.
Even better. So today's topic is all about situations where you don't know what to say. And to be honest, they happen to everyone, even native speakers.
Which is important for our listeners to hear. A lot of learners think awkward moments only happen because their English isn't perfect, but no, native speakers experience the same thing. We just have more practice escaping from them.
We have escape strategies.
And magic words.
Speaking of magic words, today we're going to explore several awkward social situations and how to survive them in English. We're talking about not understanding someone, leaving conversations politely, dealing with talkers who never stop, making mistakes, saying no, and even awkward silences.
It's a big toolbox today.
And I need every tool inside it.
Oh, we know.
So let's begin with something fun. Mike, you experienced some awkwardness recently, didn't you?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I did. And it was painful.
Perfect. That means it's time to learn.
Or to laugh at me first and learn afterward.
We can do both. That's efficient learning.
So let's begin our journey into social discomfort.
All right, Mike, tell us what happened. I see the embarrassment already building in your face.
I'm reliving the moment in my head and my soul is trying to leave my body. So I was at a small neighborhood cafe, cozy tables, quiet music, people sipping tea and pretending to read important books.
Already sounds like a perfect place for trouble.
Oh, trouble arrived quickly. I ordered a cup of tea, and while I was waiting, a woman next to me started talking, and not just hello talking, full conversation mode.
Did you know her?
No, never seen her before in my life, but she was very friendly and I didn't want to be rude, so I smiled and nodded like a polite golden retriever.
Good strategy so far.
Well, she kept talking and talking about her new puppy, and I love puppies, so I kept smiling and nodding. Then she asked me something, and I didn't understand the question at all, not a single word.
Oh no!
And instead of asking her to repeat it, I just said yes.
Classic mistake. Yes without understanding is dangerous.
Very dangerous, because then she said, "Wonderful," and asked me if I wanted to see him.
The puppy?
Yes, and before I could escape, she pulled up a tiny carrier, unzipped it, and a tiny dog popped out, and suddenly I was holding a stranger's dog inside a cafe.
You were holding a stranger's dog inside a cafe?
Yes, and everyone in the cafe turned to look at me like I had just given birth to the dog. And the woman was so happy because she thought I was some big dog expert.
Are you a dog expert?
Absolutely not. The dog looked at me with tiny suspicious eyes, and I looked back like, "Please do not bite my fingers, small creature."
How long were you holding this dog?
Too long. Long enough that the barista brought my tea to the table and then started talking to me about the puppy too. I was trapped in a dog-related social circle.
And all of this happened because you said yes to a question you didn't understand?
Exactly. One yes, and suddenly I'm a certified puppy handler.
So, how did you escape?
The woman finally put the dog back in the carrier and said she'd love for me to meet her puppy training group. That's when I panicked, said I was late for a dentist appointment, grabbed my tea, and ran out.
So, you lied about a dentist appointment to escape a puppy club?
I panicked.
That is a powerful level of awkward.
Thank you. I try.
But it's a great example of our first situation, when you don't understand what someone is saying.
And pretending usually makes everything worse.
This happens a lot to English learners. Someone talks quickly, or they use slang, or their accent is unfamiliar, and instead of asking for clarification, we just nod and say yes to survive.
And then we end up holding dogs.
Or joining clubs we never intended to join.
Or buying something we didn't mean to buy.
So today, we're going to learn how to avoid the dog situation.
Thank you. My dignity appreciates that.
So let's talk about that first situation, when you don't understand what someone is saying. This is one of the most common awkward moments in any language.
And my personal specialty.
Many learners feel embarrassed in that moment, but here's the thing, even native speakers ask each other to repeat things all the time.
Especially in noisy places. Restaurants, buses, airports, cafes full of dogs, apparently.
Yes, everywhere. So the first simple tool you can use is just, sorry, with a little question tone. It's short, natural, polite, and it keeps the conversation moving.
Let's try it. Sorry?
Perfect. That tiny word tells the other person, please say that again, without making a big deal.
And it feels much safer than pretending to understand.
Another one you should know is, could you repeat that, please?
That one feels professional, like something you'd say at work or in a class.
Exactly. And if you understood part of the sentence but not all of it, you can say, I didn't quite catch that.
Catch in this case means understand, right?
Yes. Catch means you were able to receive the meaning, like catching a ball, but with information.
And if I miss it, the ball lands behind me and rolls away.
Very visual, but yes. Now here's something important. Try not to say what to strangers because it can sound a little rude or too casual in English.
I've noticed that. With friends, it's fine. With your boss, maybe not.
Right. So with friends, you can say what, but with strangers or at work, use sorry or could you repeat that?
That alone would have saved me from the puppy club disaster.
And here's another useful strategy, asking for confirmation. For example, do you mean, and then say what you understood.
Oh, yes. So if someone says something fast, I could say, do you mean the meeting is tonight?
That's it. If you're wrong, they'll correct you. If you're right, they'll confirm.
Either way, you don't end up holding strangers' animals.
Now, before we move on, I want our listeners to participate for a moment. Have you ever pretended to understand someone in English, even though you didn't? If yes, what happened? Tell us in the comments below.
I am personally excited to read those stories because I know I am not alone.
You are definitely not alone. These awkward moments connect us.
Now that we've talked about understanding people, let's move to another painful social challenge, escaping conversations.
Ah, yes, the classic situation. Someone is talking and you need to leave, but you don't know how to do it without sounding rude.
This happens to me everywhere, at work, at parties, at the supermarket, and recently during the puppy situation. I tried to escape, but the puppy community was strong.
So many learners struggle here, because in English-speaking culture, we often soften our exits. We don't just stand up and say goodbye, we make it gentle.
Yes, we give hints, we give signals, we slowly fade away like a polite ghost.
And for that, we need phrases. One of the easiest ones is, I should probably get going.
I love that one because it doesn't blame anyone. It doesn't criticize the conversation. It just says, I must continue my journey through life.
Very poetic. Another good one is, I hate to run, but I have to go.
And just to clarify for learners, run here doesn't mean physically sprinting like you're training for a marathon. It just means leaving quickly.
Exactly. And if you want to be even smoother, you can finish the goodbye sequence with, it was nice talking to you.
That one feels very complete, like closing a door gently.
And here's a secret trick we use in real life, body language. When you need to leave, start giving visual signals, checking your watch, picking up your bag, standing up slowly, or even taking a small step back.
Ah, yes, the famous micro step, the universal sign for I must leave this conversation before my soul evaporates.
And if the other person doesn't notice your signals and keeps talking,
Then we upgrade to a more direct exit, something like, I actually need to make a phone call, or I actually need to get back to work.
notice how the word actually makes it sound serious but still polite.
And if all else fails, you can use the time excuse. Oh, look at the time. I should probably get going.
Time is a powerful ally in social escapes.
And here's an important tip. You never have to explain the entire story of where you're going. You don't need to give your full schedule. In English, short reasons are enough.
Yes, learners often feel they need to explain everything. I have to go because I need to go home because my sister is coming at 5 and I have to clean my room and my mom will be upset.
Too much information, too much emotional exposure. We just need the short version.
Exactly. Just a simple, I have something to do, works fine.
All right, now that we've mastered the art of escaping conversations, let's talk about a more difficult battlefield. People who won't stop talking.
Oh yes, the unstoppable storytellers. The ones who talk like they're being paid by the sentence.
You stand there smiling and thinking, will I ever speak again? Will I ever see the outside world? Do I live here now?
It's dramatic, but it's real. And for learners, this situation is extra hard because they don't just need to speak, they need to interrupt politely.
Keyword politely, because interrupting in English culture is allowed, but it must be done with gentle manners.
And the magic phrase here is, sorry to interrupt, but...
That phrase is so powerful, it opens a door in the conversation for you to enter without knocking the other person over.
Like, sorry to interrupt, but I have a question.
Or, sorry to interrupt, but can I add something?
Or, sorry to interrupt, but I need to clarify something.
And the beauty is, once you say, sorry to interrupt, people usually stop talking and listen.
It's like pressing a pause button on a radio.
Another technique is redirecting. Redirecting means changing the direction of the topic.
For example, that's interesting, and speaking of that, reminds me of something else.
This is elegant because you don't shut the person down, you just pivot the topic.
And if the storyteller has no breaks and your time is running out, you can combine interrupting with exiting.
Something like, sorry to interrupt, but I actually need to get going.
2 problems solved in 1 sentence. Very efficient.
Now, learners often think interrupting is rude, but it's actually part of natural conversation. English speakers overlap, interject, ask questions, react, and take turns.
Yes, silence from the listener for too long can even feel strange. It makes the speaker wonder if the listener disappeared.
So next time a talker goes into a 20-minute story about their neighbor's cat's birthday party,
Which does happen.
you now have the tools to survive and contribute or escape with dignity.
Tools are important, so is dignity.
Both prevent you from holding strangers' pets in cafes.
Now let's talk about another awkward moment that everyone on Earth experiences, making a mistake in public.
Ah, yes, my daily hobby.
Mistakes can be funny, embarrassing, painful, or all 3 at once. Maybe you say the wrong word, spill something, call someone by the wrong name, or misunderstand a joke.
And the instinct for many learners is to panic internally and pray that time reverses.
If only. But since we can't go back in time, we use language to repair the situation.
And English has some very useful repair phrases. The first one is, I apologize, I didn't mean to.
That one is more formal, great for work, meetings, or accidents that involve adults looking serious.
For example, if you step on someone's file folder in an office and destroy months of paperwork, maybe go with, I apologize.
Yes, please do not say oopsie in that moment.
Another phrase for fixing misunderstandings is, that came out wrong.
This one is special. It means the words you said were not what you meant in your head. The delivery failed.
Happens a lot when we joke and the joke lands on the floor and dies.
And then you must revive it by saying, sorry, that came out wrong. What I meant was...
And then fix the message. Very useful. Now, on the casual side, we have my bad.
My bad is perfect for small, informal mistakes with friends. It basically means, whoops, that was my fault.
If you spill a few drops of water on your friend's shoe, you can say, my bad. But if you spill boiling soup on your boss, maybe upgrade to, I apologize.
Context matters.
And here's a phrase learners often ignore but should use more. I didn't mean to.
Yes, this helps communicate your intention. Intention is important in social situations.
Because sometimes the offense is not the action, but what people think your intention was.
True. For example, if you interrupt someone accidentally, you can say, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
And suddenly the situation relaxes. People forgive accidents much faster when you show intention.
And here's one more survival phrase. My mistake. It's simple, polite, and neutral.
Mistakes are not the enemy. Silence and panic are.
And, as we said before, even native speakers make mistakes all the time. They just repair them quicker and keep talking.
So the goal is not perfection. The goal is recovery. All right, let's move into something even more delicate. Saying no in a polite way.
Many learners struggle here because in some cultures, saying no directly is totally normal, and in others, it's considered rude, so people avoid it.
And when you mix cultures, things get spicy. You either say no too softly and nobody understands you, or you say it too strongly and everyone cries.
In English, we tend to soften the no. We cushion it with polite language so it doesn't feel like a punch to the face.
One of the best phrases is, I appreciate the offer, but...
This is great because you start with appreciation. You say thank you before you say no.
For example, I appreciate the offer, but I won't be able to join you for dinner.
You're declining without rejecting the person emotionally.
Another useful phrase is, I'm afraid I can't make it.
Important note, you're not literally afraid. There's no danger. It's just a polite expression that softens bad news.
And if you want to keep the future open, you can add, maybe another time.
Which is perfect when you genuinely don't want to go right now, but you don't want to close the door forever.
And if you need something even more neutral, you can say, I'm not sure I'll be able to.
Which is a very soft maybe no, but still socially acceptable.
Now here's the interesting part. English speakers often skip giving long explanations. Learners sometimes feel they must give dramatic reasons like, I can't come because my uncle's cousin's fish is sick and I need to watch it.
Too much detail. Also, poor fish.
Yes, my imaginary fish is having a tough day. But in English culture, small, simple reasons are enough.
Exactly. Just, I have plans, or I have something I need to do is totally fine.
So the formula is appreciation, soft decline, small reason.
Now let's look at a very sneaky awkward moment. Silence. You know, when two people are standing together and nobody is talking, and the air becomes heavy and everyone suddenly forgets how to function?
Yes, the moment where your brain screams, say something, but gives you absolutely nothing to say.
This happens everywhere, in elevators, waiting rooms, bus stops, or when you meet someone new and your social battery is still booting up.
The solution in English is something we call small talk. Small talk is light, simple conversation about safe topics. Nothing deep, nothing controversial, and nothing that requires a therapist.
The king of small talk topics is the weather. You can say something like, "Nice weather today, isn't it?"
Or if the weather is terrible, that works too. Something like, "This rain never ends," or "It's so hot today."
Weather is safe because everyone experiences it and nobody argues about it. Well, usually.
Another good small talk strategy is commenting on your environment. For example, "This elevator moves slowly today."
Or, "The line is moving quickly today."
Compliments also work well, but keep them appropriate, not elbows, knees, or weird body parts. More like, "I like your jacket," or "That's a cool backpack."
Yes, complimenting objects is always safe. Complimenting elbows is illegal in most conversation scenarios.
Another easy topic is activities. For example, "Busy day today?" or "Heading home after work?"
Simple questions that don't dig into private territory. Never start with, "So tell me your darkest secret."
That would skip small talk and go straight into psychological warfare.
Small talk may feel boring, but it makes social transitions smoother. It keeps the conversation engine running until a real topic appears.
And more importantly, it removes the pressure of silence. Silence can feel like failure for learners, but it's just another moment that can be managed with language. Now, let's cover one more type of awkward moment that happens in real life all the time: physical awkwardness.
Oh, yes, the accidental bumping, squeezing past people, stepping into personal space, blocking a doorway, or the classic door-holding confusion.
Physical awkwardness is universal. You don't even need language to experience it, but language does help you survive it.
Let's start with two important words, excuse me and sorry.
These two are both polite, but they're used at slightly different moments.
Exactly. Excuse me is used before or during contact. For example, if you need to pass through a crowd, you say excuse me as you move through people.
And sorry is used after something has already happened. For example, if you bump into someone, you say sorry.
So the timeline is important. Excuse me is before, sorry is after.
Another useful phrase is after you. This one is for door situations, hallways, or narrow spaces, where two people politely argue with their bodies about who should go first.
This is common at coffee shops when someone opens a door and both people freeze because nobody knows who should exit first.
With after you tell the other person to go ahead. It's polite and solves the confusion.
Then we have personal space. In English-speaking cultures, personal space is important. People prefer a small bubble around their bodies, especially with strangers.
And when you accidentally enter that bubble, a quick sorry fixes the situation almost instantly.
And if you're trying to walk past someone who is blocking the path, you can say, "Excuse me, just need to get past."
Very natural. Also used often in buses, airplanes, or anywhere your knees are too close to someone's backpack.
Physical awkwardness also happens when two people walk in the same direction and accidentally mirror each other.
The sidewalk dance.
Yes, when both people step left, then right, then left again, and nobody escapes.
In that situation, we usually laugh and say sorry or go ahead.
We've covered a lot today, so let's do a quick recap for our listeners. Having the right phrases ready makes awkward situations much easier to handle, and it gives you confidence in real conversations.
And confidence is half the battle. The other half is avoiding puppies in cafes.
So here are the main tools we learned. When you don't understand someone, you can use sorry, or could you repeat that, please? Or I didn't quite catch that.
When you need to escape a conversation politely, you can say, "I should probably get going," or "I hate to run, but I have to go," or "It was nice talking to you."
When someone talks too much, you can interrupt politely with, "Sorry to interrupt, but," or you can redirect with, "That's interesting, and speaking of that."
For mistakes, you can repair the situation with "I apologize," or "my bad," or "that came out wrong," or "I didn't mean to."
For saying no politely, phrases like, I appreciate the offer, but, or I'm afraid I can't make it, or maybe another time, soften the decline.
For small talk during awkward silences, use simple topics like weather, surroundings, or light compliments.
And for physical awkwardness, remember excuse me before or during contact and sorry after something has already happened, plus after you for door and hallway confusion.
All these phrases are like social tools you can carry in your pocket. The more you practice them, the more natural they become.
Now we want to hear from all of you. Awkward moments are not just something we experience, they happen to everyone learning a language.
And sharing them makes the world a kinder place, or at least a funnier one.
So here's our challenge to you. In the comments, write 1 or 2 sentences about an awkward situation you experienced in English.
It could be a misunderstanding, a confusing question, a strange silence, a wrong word, or even a physical collision with a stranger in a crowded bus.
And don't worry, it doesn't have to be dramatic. Even small awkward moments are great learning moments.
We read everything you write, and your stories might inspire future episodes.
Yes, because if you're experiencing it, thousands of other learners are experiencing the same thing and wondering if they're alone.
Spoiler alert, they are not. Before we wrap up for today, I just want to say something to our listeners. Awkward situations are not signs that you're bad at English. They are signs that you're using English in real life.
Exactly. If your English only lives in textbooks, nothing awkward ever happens. Real communication is messy, unpredictable, and full of tiny, weird moments.
And every time you survive one, you get stronger.
So don't be afraid to make mistakes, ask for repetition, say no politely, or escape conversations when you need to. These are real social skills, not just vocabulary.
And remember, native speakers are not magical creatures who always know what to say. We also freeze, panic, spill drinks, interrupt people, and walk into doors. It's part of the human experience.
The difference is we have practiced recovering, and now you have those same tools.
So go into the world and embrace the awkwardness. One day, today's awkward moment becomes tomorrow's funny story.
And if you enjoyed learning with us today, make sure you subscribe to Speak English Daily so you don't miss future episodes.
Like the episode where I try to apologize to an entire cafe full of dog owners.
That is a documentary waiting to happen. Thank you for listening, everyone. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep laughing at the awkward moments along the way.
We'll see you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye.